CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back, and I done did it again one more time. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing great. You know me, I'm doing all right. So what's up, guys? What you guys is up to, man? I wanted to come in live like around 12 o'clock, but couldn't make it. Had a couple of different meetings that I had to go to earlier today, and now I have a little, a little good 20, 30 minutes that I can come in and talk to you guys. And I wanted to talk to you guys about Shopify apps, man, especially using AI. So I've been working on two Shopify apps right now. I got one that's already ready to launch. I'm just waiting to see if, getting the approval from Shopify so it could actually go on the Shopify App Store. And then I'm already working on the second one. And what's really cool is that using AI, especially Cursor and was it Claude, Sonnet 3.5, etc. Right, like that's the model that I'm using. It's been like super helpful. Like I've been able to go in and knock out these applications like super quick. There's a lot of opportunities with Shopify that I think you guys are missing out on, and y'all need to start paying attention. This year, I'm focusing a lot on Shopify. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you could create software as a service for you to go in and start charging customers. Of course, you could create a software as a service with a Laravel application, a Node.js, MERN stack, etc. But the cool thing about Shopify is the fact that it's like a mall, right? The mall is already there. There's already people, coming through the mall. Now you just got to set up shop, okay? And what I like about it is that you're dealing with business owners. You're not dealing with like the average Joe, right? Where you gotta convince them of, hey, you gotta sign up to this, and that. It's like, nah, bro. Here's an app. This is a service that you need for you to go in and sell more products. And guess what? It's $20. It's $30. It's $50, right? And people are willing to pay it. I was just watching, we could say a competitor. There's this app called Essential Banners, right? And what they do is they basically create banners, notification banners within an online store. Okay? So it's freaking funny as hell that literally like people are charging $8, $15, $20 for a simple banner. Just a simple banner that you would do with just HTML, CSS, right? If they wanted to do it, right? But most people that on online stores, they don't know how to code. So you're basically charging them to allow this section to be inside of their website, and then they pay you according to, like, let's say how many views they get. If they get like, let's say 2,000 views, which is like a small online store, right? If they get more than that, they pay $40, $50, which is crazy, right? Now this company in this app, they have like, I think it's like 1,500 reviews. So that's like a good space. So that's one of the apps that I'm building that I'm ready to launch. And it's funny because I was supposed to launch this like a year, 2 years ago. But then I was like, man, I don't know how many people will actually sign up using, for this banner maker, let's say. And guess what? People are fucking making money with it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go and launch this app. From there, there's another application that I'm working on, which has to do with AI and articles. And the concept really comes down to, basically, let's say somebody has an online store, right? They have a t-shirt that they sell, right? Most of the time, that t-shirt is just a product page. But that company's missing out on being able to create articles. So, for example, let's say it's a jersey, right? Jersey for playing soccer, right? You could write an article that talks about, how you could go and use this jersey, or it could be like, hey, top 10 teams that are in the, I don't know, in FIFA, let's just say, right? I'm just coming up with an idea, right? This company sells the jerseys, but they don't have the time to create the articles. So you could create an application within Shopify to automate that for them. So they could go in and sell those products. And that's like one of the apps that I'm building right now. And it's just pretty cool, man. Like I'm looking through a lot of these apps and I'm like, yeah, we can knock this out. There's a lot of stuff that we could be doing. And I'm telling you guys are missing out if you're not jumping on Shopify for real. Okay? Shout out to Caleb. Matei says, hey, Joe, appreciate all the information. Do you think it's too late to get into Shopify theme and app development? I'm late to the party. I just started working on Shopify themes. No, it's not late, right? Shopify constantly keeps growing. So I give you an example. Let's say right now somebody is an influencer, right? And it's a girl, okay? Maybe she has a yoga studio, or maybe she does content for yoga classes. Maybe she wants to charge people for consultations on doing like a virtual meeting with the person. There's not an app specific for yoga studios on Shopify. So that right there is an opportunity. You know, you could think of a bunch of different industries and niches that you could get into and create applications just for them. And that's where, you know, when you could just come in and jump on it. You don't have to think about this like, man, I'm too late or this and that. It's like, bro, Shopify can sell anything. Anything that you could think of could be sold on Shopify. Now, does Shopify have all the features those businesses need? No, they have to worry about infrastructure. They got to worry about security, right? That's what Shopify is. So for us as developers, we can go in and create those features that those companies need, those entrepreneurs need. And guess what? All you really need is 100 to 1,000 people. You don't need millions. Okay, I think there's like 5, 6 million online stores on Shopify, if I'm not mistaken, right? You go in and you get a small percentage, just a small percentage, right? I give you another example, bundles. So let's say you go to an online store, you want to buy candles, okay? And this is an app that is very popular on Shopify because a lot of businesses need that. But some people, they charge a lot of money. This is where you could come in and undercut them or create a better experience. Let's say you have this bundles, right? Somebody comes in, wants to buy a candle. You create an application that says, hey, if they buy 3 of these candles together, they get a 25% off. Okay? The goal is to get people to buy more candles. So by creating that application, you basically set up and automate that system behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, right? On the back end, right? You basically creating an application so they could go in and set up, hey, if they buy this product and they buy this product, right, they get 25% off. Or if they buy a certain amount of this specific product, they get 20% off or 40% off. If they go in and they buy 100 of them, they could buy at a wholesale. So these applications are very useful for businesses, and there's a lot of businesses that is gonna be signing up for it. And what's really cool, like I said, as long as the business is in business, right, and it's still open, you can still have that business be signed up to your subscription. And also too, the bigger the company is, the more money you get to charge, because you're not gonna charge somebody who just started an online store, you know, $100 or $50 or $40. You're gonna charge them $7, $8. But as they continue to grow, now you go in and you paying per usage. If this company's getting, you know, 50,000 page views per month, you can now charge for that. You can say, hey man, once you reach to 50,000 page views, we're now charging you $40 instead of $7, $8. So as you build the solutions for these businesses, you get to grow with them. This is why, you know, I did that video where I talked about how this guy came in and he's making $4 million with an application on Shopify. This is like not out of the, out of the ordinary. And even at that, even if you get a small percentage, like a very, very small percentage of like users on Shopify, bro, you still making 30, 40, $50,000. Okay? So that's not bad. Now, imagine that's one app. Now you go in and you create a catalog for yourself of 4 or 5. Some of these companies, right? Search essential Shopify apps, right? Search for that, and you're gonna notice that they have a bunch of different small applications, a counter, a banner. What was the other one? A timer, right? Like simple shit because people need it. They just don't know how to code it. So you go in and charge $5, $10, $20 for that, right? It starts adding up. If you could go in and get 50 people to sign up, right? You'll have a whole bunch of other people that come in and also sign up for it. And also, if you know how to do like marketing and you know how to promote your applications, like you're out of here. Like that's the biggest thing that where people fail at Shopify and just Shopify apps and or any type of software as a service. A lot of people don't know how to do the research. A lot of people also too go in and don't know how to market the applications. If you know how to market the applications, then it's a wrap, right? This is what I'm teaching on the Profitable Developer course. Go check it out when you guys get a chance. Anybody that's a Diamond member, get access to it right now. You pretty much get access to it right now for free, okay? In June, we take it out of CodingPhase.com and we selling it by itself. It's gonna be $1,000, okay? So you might as well take it out for free when you can, okay? If you've been wanting to freelance, you've been wanting to learn how to go in and market your applications, how to get local, customers or clients, how to get popping on Fiverr, Upwork, how to do all of those things. You got to check that course out. It's on CodingPhase. Go check it out. I'm basically teaching you guys everything that I've learned the last 10 years in that course. So you have till June to get access to it. If you didn't take it, by that time, it's like a premium movie on Netflix. Guess what? Spider-Man shows up, is there for 2-3 months. If you didn't watch it, you missed out on it. Now you got to go Amazon and buy the actual movies if you want to see Spider-Man again. It's the same concept, what we're doing with that course, because that's a premium course. I'm basically giving you guys the whole game, the whole strategy of like how to actually go in and get customers. When people see me here, they always wonder like, oh, how this guy makes money, bro. I go in and I know how to create products depending on what people need. Okay, then from there I can go in and promote those products the right way. It could be through social media, email marketing. It could be through advertisement. All of those things I'm teaching you guys in there, and I'm giving you tasks. Each one of them, it's in there. Like, I'm breaking it down. Hey, this is what you got to do. You got to create your domain, create your website. The next step is this. The next step is that. So I'm basically breaking it down. Okay? Shout out to the losers that's in here in the chat. Yeah, welcome to the live stream. I know who you are. It's probably some random Indian dude. So God bless you, bro. Okay? Keep eating Goop Scoop, bro. So keep eating Goop Scoop, man. But yeah, like I told you guys, Zgrave HD says, which course? It's called Profitable Developer Course. It's on CodingPhase.com. Currently, right now, it's only available for people who pre-order it and also to the Diamond members. Let me see. Will I still have access to the Profitable Developer course as a lifetime member? Yes. If you're a lifetime member, you get access to all of it. Let me see. Reading through here. Boom, boom. Can you please teach Shopify app development from scratch to deployment using Laravel? Well, Laravel is great and all, but to be honest with you, Shopify recommends using Remix, which is a Node.js framework, a JavaScript framework. And I'll be honest with you guys, that's what I'm using for my applications. Now, why am I using Remix? I'm not using Nux. I'm not using Vue.js or anything like that. It's very simple. A lot of the components are built with React. So you have those components that are built with React. It's called Polaris, the framework that they have on Shopify, and it's built with React. Now, what's really cool is that you're using Remix, which is like technically it's like Node.js and like React router in a sense. And for how things is done nowadays, like as far as like AI, you'll save a lot of time because most of these LLM models, they're trained on React applications. They're not trained on Vue.js. You're not trained on Laravel. Like you could do it with them, but you're gonna have to be more specific, right? Like more specific and break down every single step. Like I built an application 2 days ago on Shopify, right? Using Remix and using React. Now I'm using, like I said, Cursor to generate the prototype of the application. Now, when I try to do the same thing with a Vue.js application, guess what happened? I had to go in and explain every single step. Like I could have the AI build it, but I gotta write down every step, every single thing that they have to do, because the AI is not smart enough. But since it's been trained so much with React applications, you could pretty much go in and tell it, hey, this is the documentation of Shopify, this is the documentation of Polaris, and this is what I want to do. This is the type of application I want to create. And it pretty much went in and built the application. Okay, like literally, like it built, I would say 80% of the application. Now everything else that I have to do is just polish it up, create a better user experience. I want to have like a video tutorial for, you know, the store owner to know how to use the application. So there's a couple of little things that I gotta go in and hash out. But before, it used to take me, you know, a month to go and build a Shopify application. Now I did it in 2 days. So again, and this is where creating a catalog is going to be much easier. Like right now, I don't even care about getting 1,000 customers. All I really care is getting 100, getting 50, because I know I'm going to build another 10 applications. At that point, now I have 1,000 customers or 1,000 stores. And then you could also cross promote your applications. So you could say, hey, you signed up for this bundle tool. By the way, you could also have this application, which is to do mass discounts, right? Which means like going through like your whole website and discounting all the prices and do it automatically. So it's like you could do cross promotion. Like, bro, like the game is over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's so much cool shit that you could do. I'm just excited because right now, like, for those of you guys that don't know, I kind of talked about this before. You know, this is probably gonna be the last year that I do coding phase like the way how I've been doing it, where I'm like, I would say 80%, 90% of my time is invested into coding phase, from creating the courses to doing the YouTube videos, you doing the live streams, doing all the stuff that I do here. Okay. I've been like super dedicated to coding phase, but this year I'm gonna go in and basically I'm setting everything up right now where I'm gonna have all the courses on CodingPhase. I'm gonna have all of these things, and I'm gonna hire some people that's gonna be in-house that's gonna do most of the daily work. And then what that's going to do is going to free up my time. So now I'll probably drop like a video, maybe one every 2 weeks or one every month, because I'm really just gonna focus on software as a service as my businesses, right? My main business. Now, of course, for anybody wondering, like, man, should I sign up to CodingPhase? Guys, all the courses are there. I will still be doing the meetings. I will still be doing everything that I've been doing for all my students. Anybody who's already in CodingPhase, your grandfather in. But in 2026, for CodingPhase, I'm not working with anybody new unless you buying the whole program. I'm not doing subscriptions. I'm not gonna go in. Whoever's already in a subscription and paying for it, hallelujah. You came in, you signed up for, let's say 35% off, etc. You paying $50, shoot, you get access to me, you get access to the whole platform and everything for dirt cheap. Anybody that comes in 2026 is $1,000 and up. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna go in and invest my time into trying to help so many people. I'm only gonna help the people that want to get helped and whoever's already been in coding phase. Why am I doing that? Because I gotta give myself more time, guys. I have to go in and get this M's. To be honest with you, like there's so many opportunities that even I'm missing out because I'm putting 80, 90% of my time into coding phase. I have to go in and make it a 20% of my time into coding phase, right? So that way I could really go hard with all of my applications. And I also want to grow my digital agency. My digital agency has been stuck between $70,000 to $100,000 a year, and it's because I haven't had the time to really invest as much time into it. I could grow that agency to at least $200,000, $300,000 a year, but how do I do that when I don't have the time? So I gotta go in and prioritize, right? Instead of trying to work, like let's say for example, like right now we have like 4,000 members at CodingPhase.com. I won't be able to work for with 4,000 people, the following year. So what's the best thing for me? I will say, well, if we get only 100 customers, that's fine, right? I get 100 customers on CodingPhase per year. I'm totally fine with that. That's $1,000. $1,000, 100,000 a year, 200,000 if it's 200 people. It's fine. Because guess what? Then now I'm focusing on my digital agency, which is bringing in 200, 300,000, and I could work on my software as a service, which is gonna help me grow from, making low seven figures to now getting, 5 million, $10 million a year. I gotta do this shit. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just the facts. This is this is the wave. That's how I gotta move for 2026. So I want you guys to come in. Anybody that's on coding phase, this is the year. If you are not grandfathered in, next year you're gonna have to purchase the whole bundle. It's like, hey, here's the lifetime membership for CodingPhase.com, and that's the only way that I'm gonna work with you. Take advantage now. This might be the only year that you might find any platform that does everything that we do at the price that we've been having it. Now we have to go in and restructure everything. Okay, so take advantage. You get what I'm saying? I already, and nobody could say nothing about me. Be like, well, Joe, that sucks. Da da da. I've been wanting to sign up. It's like, bro, I gave 7, 8 years to this already. You get what I'm saying? Now I gotta go in and go to the next step, which is really getting to the M's. I got people that came through coding phases making millions right now with Shopify apps, and I'm like, man, I could be doing that. And the reason I'm not doing it is because I'm like, I don't have the time to really code like I used to. So now by me going in and limiting how many people I get to work with per year, that's gonna open up a whole bunch of time for me. Let me see. Caleb says, I bought the profitable developer course. It's great. Yes, and there's more sections to it. We're adding the marketing section, right? I already started on the marketing section, and because I'm showing you guys inside of the course, I'm showing you guys like the strategies to running advertisement. So I'm showing you guys what's the right way of doing it, because you could lose a lot of money with advertisement. And I don't want you guys to lose money with advertisement. I want you to understand like how to do it properly. Because in the beginning, when I first started doing advertisement to, promote my businesses, bro, I took like a $30,000, $40,000 L of running ads and not doing it properly, right? It's expensive to go and create advertisement, create advertisement, right? Create a product and then advertise it on Meta, Instagram, right? You got shit like Facebook, TikTok, Google ads. It's more expensive than ever now. So every dollar that you spend, you need to keep track of it. And what's the right way for you to make sure that you set up all of those guardrails to make sure that if you are gonna run advertisement, that you're actually profitable. It's fine to spend $1 to make $1.50 because you're still profitable. Sometimes you spend $1 and you get back 80 cents. And that's where you're gonna start losing money, because as you continue to scale, you spend $100 and you got $80 back. Yeah, you lost money. Weird awkward woman says, will the membership fee change? No, this is what I mean. Grandfather in. Grandfather in means whatever you already pay, whoever signs up this year or has signed up any other year, you get to keep the price that you already have. Okay, so you're gonna have access to all the courses. I'm still gonna continue doing all the services, everything that I've been doing. It's just in 2026, I'm not working with anybody new. Whoever's already on CodingPhase, those are the people that I'm working with. Whoever's not on CodingPhase, I'm not gonna work with them unless they purchase the whole bundle. What does that do? That basically limits how many people come into the platform and how much time I gotta put in. Because I don't mind putting in as much time to you if you're already a member of CodingPhase. You've been here for years or you've been here for a couple of months. I wanna make sure you get your results, and I wanna make sure that you know, you get what you paid for, right? But anybody else that comes after that in 2026, I have to go in and say, you know what? I only want 100 students. I don't want to have, thousands of students. I don't need to have that many people. It's just gonna pretty much just keep me in the same cycle of like having to work with so many people. It's like it don't make no sense. Okay. So yeah, I never raise prices on anybody, right? There's people that came in 2017 and paid $5, and till this day they still pay $5, right? So I don't raise the price. I just go in and say, hey, as we continue to add more features, more things, the price change, right? Before we used to have 14,000 members on CodingPhase.com. We're down to 4,000, which is a blessing, because when I had 14,000 members, it was just too much. So as I've gone in, I'll say, hey, I'm gonna put it at $20. That brought it down to 9,000. When I went in, we added more features. We put it at $100. That brought it down to 5,000, 6,000 members. Right now, it's at 4,000 members, which is pretty cool, pretty manageable. But next year, I don't want to have a bunch of people on CodingPhase. I just want to keep the people that's already there, and whoever comes in next is only 100 people per year. That way, I could just, give them enough time, and also too, I don't, I don't have to give so much time to thousands and thousands of people. I just go in and just work with 100 people and whoever's already on CodingPhase. Yeah, because like I told you guys in my previous live stream, I got to give myself more time to myself now, especially because I need to start working on this opportunities that's here. And, you know, again, like Shopify apps, you know, Shopify apps been hot. I should have been working on it. I did a couple of them a couple of years ago, but I couldn't work it like I'm supposed to, because I need to go in, create the TikTok channel or the YouTube channel, promote the applications, get on Twitter, promote those applications, get into to customers, talk to people in forums, do everything that you have to do to grow your applications, right? So that's the goal. That's what I'm doing with everything that we're working on right now. Yes, the most important part is the research part, Renee. Once you go through the research part, then you're gonna be fine. Don't start coding anything unless you've done the research, because a lot of times, let me see. Oh, what? Guys, I'm about to get out of here. I'm supposed to do a quick little live stream, but I gotta go pick up my kids. I'm gonna see you guys later, all right? But like I said, guys, start paying attention to Shopify. Please, guys, I'm telling you guys, do not miss this. I don't want to leave nobody behind. This is the last year that you guys gonna have CodingPhase at the price that it is. Come in, sign up, right? Go this whole year. I'm working on helping you guys out, getting you guys into positions, right? Please don't wait until next year. Don't do that to yourself, because next year you're gonna be like, damn, Joe, I gotta buy a lifetime membership. And I'm gonna tell you, yeah, unfortunately, I'm only giving my time to people that's lifetime members on next year and whoever's already in the platform. So anyone that's new, you gotta buy a lifetime membership, which gives you access to all the courses. I'm basically giving you all the courses and giving you all the services for one price. But for anybody that's coming in that's been wanting to do this, do it now, where you could come in and say, well, Joe came in, helped me out. I spend $238 for a yearly membership. That's $238. You know how many people came into CodingPhase and only spent $300, $400 in total at the maximum and have gotten jobs? So come in, it's a dirt cheap price, okay? You're not gonna get it at that price. You know what I'm saying? And also too, it's gonna be very limited next year. So again, I'm only gonna work with 100 people. So take advantage this year that I'm actually gonna go in and go super hard for you guys. So please don't don't leave this to next year and be like, yeah, Joe, I should have signed up last year. It's like, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, it is what it is, you know. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. I'm gonna be creating a lot of Shopify videos in here. I'm gonna share with you guys, the process of me building all these applications, and as I continue to grow them, tell you guys exactly what are the things that's working and what are the things that's not working. So definitely stay tuned to the channel.